On YouTube, this is Soldier Up and Resell, aka Tim. So I wanted to just kind of open this up here. This is going to be a how to use your either A, whenever the stimulus package passes, or B, your tax return, and to get into reselling, and showing you pretty much everything you would need to be able to get into the reselling business from working from home. So just stay tuned for this video and check out this sponsored ad. So you're about to sell this North Face shirt, but you're only about to sell it on eBay, or you're about to just sell it on Mercari, or you're just going to sell it on Poshmark. Here's your solution. It's called Vendoo, and this is what Vendoo allows you to be able to do, is to access multiple customers on multiple platforms instead of sticking to one. This will also help you be able to take care of those tedious tasks of listing individual sites. So check it out. Check the link below in the description. And on top of that, you get 5 free listings and you get 25% off your first month. All right, so we're gonna jump right into this, into how to get into eBay. Now, granted, there are other platforms out there like Poshmark, Mercari, Etsy, Let It Go, Facebook Marketplace to be able to sell stuff. But if you really wanna get into reselling, eBay is a friendly platform with a vast market for you to be able to reach multiple people. We are going to explain how to sign up for an account, getting on eBay, logging into eBay, setting up your account, setting up your PayPal fees, and being able to understand the fees. And so going over the agenda here, this is what we're going to cover: is intro into eBay, learn how to price an item, find items around the house to sell, great customer service to get a good rating, know your limits as a brand new reseller, get the right materials, meaning your printer and all the other devices that you will need, whether to sell auctioned or fixed listing, free shipping or charge for shipping, and how to source packaging goods, and offering a return policy in order for you to be able to have also on top of that a good rating on eBay. A eBay calculator. Now this is a website, ebayfeescalculator.com. This is something that you can be able to use to understand exactly what you need to be able to do when you start off, and how you set your prices and what you're going to be paying for your eBay fees and also your PayPal fees. So in this situation here, it's a piece of clothing that you're going to sell. And it's $15 and it's $3.99 shipping. And it didn't cost you anything because you've had this shirt, say, for 10 years and it's a vintage shirt you want to get rid of. Now, you can either A, get a brand new eBay store, or B, you can just have a free account without the availability. And now let me show you the difference here. So looking at this chart here, you have your starters, your basic, your premium, your anchor, and your enterprise. I'm only at a basic, and I'll probably never go above that because of the cost that it runs down to. With the starter packet, it is $4.95, and you're limited to how many items you can list as a starter. But even as a brand new reseller, you are going to be limited, which we'll explain. But going back to this chart here, so say for instance you are a starter and you're paying $4.95. Now, you sell the item for $15. The shipping cost is the same cost that you charge, so you're not taking any profits out of your gross sale. And from there, eBay is going to take $1.90 from their cut, which is a 10% of the final sales value fee. And PayPal is going to take their cut, which is 2.9%. Plus 30, which is a total of 85 cents for that one transaction. Now, the reason why you ask me, well, what does that do for me? Well, that gets you into a point knowing exactly when you list an item, how much you're going to be losing when it comes to your fees on eBay. So the next part of this tutorial in getting into eBay as a brand new reseller is understanding exactly what you need to be able to look for around the house. So it could be clothes, it could be electronic. Electronics are a huge item to sell around on eBay because you have a vast market across the United States and across the world that is looking for those specific electronics, whether they're vintage or recent electronics. So as you venture into eBay, understanding you are going to get returns, you are going to get questions on items, you need to be as thorough and as honest as you can be with these types of customers, because it's going to ultimately determine how you operate as a business. because without you being able to correspond correctly with a customer may mean between you getting a 5-star review to a 1-star negative review, and it's going to stop you from even selling on eBay, because people do look at ratings when it comes to a buyer's profile. All right, as a brand new reseller on eBay, you are going to be limited to 10 items or $500 max. And I'm not 100% sure what the allotted time is. I've had my eBay since 2005, so I don't know what the limits are, but also understanding when I got back into reselling in December, I wasn't getting paid probably for about 30 days because they would hold my money. And that's going to be the same thing for you too, is that understand that when you do make a sale, you're not going to get paid right away, because as a brand new reseller, eBay wants to make sure that you are a legitimate person selling on eBay and are not messing up, screwing over the other person on the other end that's buying the item. Brand new resell. Next thing is to get the right materials. And this is going to vary. These are going to vary on what you're selling and how often you're selling. But I'm going to show you through Amazon some of the items. And that's where we started this video off at, is spending less than $200 to get into this business and being able to start working your way up to building a substantial profile on eBay, and then venturing into other stores such as Poshmark and Mercari and you name it. So first off here is going to be the light box. So a light box is something simple, because a lot of the items that you're going to sell are going to be small items. Granted, yes, you could take a background of a white wall or anything else, but if you want to really stick out and stand apart from your peers and your competition, get a light box. And this is right here for $13.90. The next up is going to be a scale. Now this is going to be a crucial piece, because for me, I've come across where a couple of months ago, I accidentally underweighed a jacket, and the USPS sent it back to me, put it in my partial mail, and I had the buyer ask me, hey, I saw that it got shipped out. What happened to it? And I ended up underweighing the item, and I had to resubmit it and send it out. Be cautious of how you measure dimensions, your length and width and height, but also your weight, because that can hurt you in the long run. Next up is printing paper. Now, I'm going to show you a printer that you can get that I recommend. It's a basic printer. Printer paper is important. You don't need to get 3 rings, but for $18.49, it isn't that bad of a cost. All right, next up is going to be packaging tape. A 6 count of tape that can last you for probably at least a month to 2 months, depending on how much you're shipping out. And these are $13.76, which isn't bad. The printer, and that's I recommend, is getting a basic standardized printer. I've been in this for quite a while, and I'm still using a pretty big hefty office printer. I'm eventually going to upgrade into a thermal label printer, but I still haven't gotten there yet. Poly bags. Now, as I mentioned before, it is very, very important for you to be able to understand that how you ship items is going to determine your overall head cost when it comes to you operating your business. Now, I've gotten on Facebook Marketplace, and I have probably a year's cardboard paper, but also when I drop off to my local mom and pop's little store. So be on the lookout for a USPS, FedEx, and UPS store, one of those small depot post offices that runs an operation, a business out of there. What they can be able to provide you is free boxes, but also look on Facebook Marketplace for people moving into town that are just trying to get rid of boxes, because it will save you money on the long run. And what I normally do, I cut my boxes down to size to shape form an actual item, and I put it in a poly bag, wrap it up, and I save money that way. Auctioned or fixed. So it's very subjective. You can try both as a brand new reseller. I've had success during Christmas time doing a 7-day auction on a lot of items and got a top end item sold at the price that I wasn't expecting, but it's also a risk. So understanding that if you set a 99-cent item, like I did, I had a free helmet, motorcycle helmet, and I had the buyer pay for shipping, but it sold for 99 cents and I got rid of it. But it was something I had laying around the house and I got from a raffle. But when it comes to fixed items, now with fixed items, like for electronics, I usually stay just fixed, because most of the time people are going to want to buy those right off the bat. But if it's something that's kind of an obscure item, antique item, put it on auction and, set a price that you feel comfortable, at the minimum, how much you'd be willing to accept, and then let it run its course. Is free shipping a good idea? Yes and no, because if you have a bigger item, having free shipping and you not calculating how much it's going to cost for me from Texas, from El Paso, Texas to New York, it's going to cost me a lot more than me shipping from El Paso to California or Washington. So you have to take in consideration and you have to be very cognizant of where you live geographically will determine what your shipping costs are. So a lot of times what we do as eBay sellers, we incorporate our shipping fees into the price that we end up selling. So that's why we normally place our price high, and then we work a best deal and still be able to come out on top when it comes to how much we're going to be making and how much we actually acquired that good. And the biggest thing is, and the last thing is offering a return policy. Now, you will come across where it's going to be frustrating where you do your best in describing items and you make a mistake. Like I made a mistake on a tennis bag. I listed it very fast. I said it was 100% leather and it wasn't. I didn't know. I thought it was leather and the guy returned it back. So understanding that you're going to come across situations where it's your mistake, but then at the same time, there's going to be situations where it's going to be the buyer's mistake that's out of your control. And so please, through this whole video, that if you're still tuning in here, that if you do one thing, don't rush when it comes to being on eBay, because you have to understand it is a long distance run and it is not a sprint. You aren't going to become rich on eBay, but you will become financially stable once you get to a point where you can be able to keep selling and keep sourcing. I still have maybe over 200 items to keep list at my house, and I've been pretty busy. Being on lockdown right now, I have the opportunity. And so as you are currently right now, either whether you're in shelter in place or you have some limited ability to be able to go out and get things, you can start this working from home and being able to create an additional income. So if you do come across financial hardship, you have an opportunity to be able to supplement your income through reselling. All right, YouTube, thank you for tuning into this video. Hopefully this was informative for you to be able to take with you to get into reselling, whether you use your stimulus package that hopefully passes or your income tax that you're going to be getting fairly soon. Using just $200, you really can get into eBay or get into becoming a reseller and be able to start making additional income. Whether or not you have a full-time job or you want to turn this into a full-time job, anything is possible. So I hope that you like this video here. Hit that subscribe button if you want to keep continuing on my journey as a full-time Army officer, but also part-time reseller. Also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and don't forget to hit that like button there, because it helps me be able to expose this video out to other people just like yourselves who ran into this video. I hope to hear from you soon, and hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys.